everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tara with Mayhem Crafty Cards, and today's video is going to be pretty exciting for me. I have hit 100 subscribers and I'm going to be doing my first giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away a $25 gift card to the Not Too Shabby shop, which she has so many great products in her shop. And entering is super easy. You just have to be subscribed and leave a comment. It is open to US and international. You must be 18 years or older to win. The giveaway is going to run from April 13th to 11:59 p.m. April 18th. I will notify the winner in the YouTube comments. So be sure to check the description box for all the other info. So today's card, we're going to be making this super cute Slimline card using the Lawn Fawn Dandy Day set. And I cannot get enough of this set. That and Slimline cards. So today's card, I'm just going to show you, I already cut out and colored all of the little mice that we're going to use, just because they're mostly just the grays. And I will list the colors that I use in the description box below. So I have cut a 8x11 sheet of paper, or cardstock, to 7.5 by 8 3/4. And this is going to make our Slimline card. So we're going to score it at 3 3/4. So we're going to do that now. And I may switch it up just a little bit and add a little bit of grass to my scene. So I tend to go, you know, down a couple times. Let's get this guy out of the way. This is what I'm going to use to ink blend my clouds. So we're going to get this folded. And I guess you would consider this a one-layer card because I'm going to ink blend right on the card front. So to do that, I am going to be using a ton of, well, not necessarily a ton of brushes, but just a couple. And I do clean them in between using just a microfiber towel. So I like to use the smaller brushes, and these are just some from Amazon. I do have the Pink and Main brush, but for the clouds and with this being so slim, it's just easier for me just to grab these little brushes. So I'm going to grab some distressed inks and kind of go in rainbow order, just mixing up my clouds. And I'm going to be using the Lawn Fawn Cloudy Stencil. This has become one of my favorites. As you can tell from some of my posts and some of my videos, I love blending clouds. So I'm going to start off with Wilted Violet, and I only have a small cube of this one. But what I like to do is start my blending on my stencil and then just bring it up. I just feel like it gives you a lighter blend than if you just go straight to the paper. So I'll just take it along the clouds and then just build it up. I feel like it's just a lot softer. It's not as harsh. So I am super excited about hitting 100 subscribers. I never thought that I would even get 50 subscribers. You know, YouTube is a scary thing, and you never know what's going to happen. So when you hit a goal, and that was always my goal, was to hit 100. YouTube is a, brand new thing to me, and it's a little scary and a little nerve-wracking, but I'm so glad that I made this venture. So I'm just going to wipe in between just so, because I'm going to turn my stencil, and I'm going to kind of try to offset it just a little bit. So now I'm going to go in, let me close this guy up. So that was Wilted Violet that I started with. And I'm going to go in with Ripe Persimmon. And just kind of do, not so much a rainbow, oh, you know what? I'm actually going to go in with Picked Raspberry. And then we will go in with Ripe Persimmon. So back to what I was saying. Like, I'm so happy that I have, made this leap into YouTube. I, have met a lot of great people so far, and it's amazing, the people that you find and, you know, the communities that you find. So that was picked raspberry. And now we're going to go in with the ripe persimmon. So you don't necessarily have to go in rainbow order. And I do space the clouds out differently. Like some will be closer and some will be further apart. So like this one will go a little bit further apart. And I'm just going to use the same brush just because they're very close in color, you know. So this one I am going to bring down just a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just go off my stencil. But yeah, I am very excited to hit 100 subscribers. And I'm going to, if I hit 250 subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. Just because, you know, it's important to me to show appreciation to those who support me. And I think that's important. I mean, I appreciate all the support. I really do. Okay, so now we're going to go in with Squeeze Lemonade. And this is probably one of my favorite distressed inks. It's so bright and so vibrant. So yeah, if if you're sitting here watching and you're like, oh, I don't know if I could do this, let me tell you, you can do it. You just have to make that first video and you will feel so much better. Like your first videos are, you know, not going to be super great. That's okay. Nobody's first video is, you know, super great. Okay, we're going to go in with Mermaid Lagoon. So you just have to take the leap. I mean, yes, it's new and it's scary, but it's so worth it. You meet so many, you know, wonderful people. And I think I don't think I cleaned my brush off between the Wilted Violet and the Squeezed Lemonade, but that's okay. So now we're going to go in with Mermaid Lagoon. So you just have to take that leap. It's like with anything new. I mean, you just have to go for it. So I'm going to turn my stencil again. And you'll be so glad that you did. I mean, yes, it is, you know, nerve-wracking at first, but you will get the hang of it and you will very quickly enjoy what you're doing and enjoy the interaction with people. I'm going to go ahead and clean these real quick, just on a microfiber towel here. But you'll get so much more out of it. I mean, I'm still learning. There's, you know, still some things that I'm sure I could work on, and I'm okay with it right now. Like, I feel like I'm making progress. So don't ever be afraid to try something new, especially now. I mean, everybody's cooped up in the house. Those, you know, who are working and are, you know, considered essential, the nurses, the doctors, I mean, everybody. It's a crazy time, but now would be the perfect time to just try something new. So now I'm going to go in with Seedless Preserve. And I like this one because it's not as bright purple, I guess, as the other ones, as a Wilted Violet. It's a little bit softer. So yeah, just, I mean, life is short. You gotta just grab it by the horns and do your thing and not be afraid of what's going to come next, you know? And it's okay that a little bit of the Seedless Preserve got into the Mermaid Lagoon. I'm going to spray it here shortly. And now I'm going to go in with Spun Sugar. So yeah, I mean, perfect time to try something new. And I'm just so grateful that I, you know, hit my 100. I know some people think 100, well, that's not that many, but really it is. I mean, to me it is. And I'm so incredibly grateful for it. So yeah, I am so incredibly grateful for everything. And this one I'm not going to worry about cleaning off the side of the stencil because it's so light. So now I'm going to go in with, I'm going to go back in with the carved pumpkin. Grab a clean brush here. But yeah, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what are your goals? What are what are you trying to achieve in 2020? Whether it be a new job, a new relationship. I mean, okay, so this is the carved pumpkin. And I did scoot my stencil down a little bit further. I'll scoot you guys up here in just a second. And then my last color I'm going to do, I'm actually going to change it from my original card and do cracked pistachio at the bottom. So it kind of looks like grass, but not, I mean, it's going to be a cloud. So I am going to clean my stencil off now. Let's see. Let's do this guy here. Oops. So cracked pistachio is what we're going to go in with. And this one is just a nice, really light, almost like a minty green. All right, so that finishes up the ink blending for the clouds. And what I like to do, because it does take a minute for all this to dry, is to start laying out where I want my mice to be. So I think this guy's gonna go here. I'm gonna put one down here. But I want them to seem kind of like they're floating in the air. So yeah, right now is the time to kind of take that little bit of a chance. Don't go outside, but, you know, try something new. Read a new book. Find a new group. I mean, there's tons of card making groups right now. You know what, this guy, I think I'm just going to leave him out. And I'm going to put my sentiment probably right here. That's why I said it doesn't matter that that wasn't as yellow. But before I do that, I'm going to use this Spectrum Noir Sparkle, and it's a glitter ink, and it's water-based, and I really like using this because it just gives a little bit of shine to, or a little sparkle, I should say, to your cards. So I do want to say thank you to everybody who has supported my channel, no matter how big or how small. I'm just excited that people are watching, and I want to be able to give back to you guys. So I just swirled that around just a little bit, because if not, you won't get the little shine. So what I like to do is I like to go around, just around the clouds. It doesn't have to be a ton. It can just be a little bit, but it just adds a little something, you know, since it is like a one-layer card. And I will do this with all of the clouds. And the great thing with this is you don't have to be perfect. You can put it wherever you feel it's needed. And sometimes I will go a little bit lower into it if I didn't blend up as high. just to give, you know, just to have your eye catch. And of course you could always spray this with water, since they are oxide, well, most of them are oxides. You can change up the colors. I just thought the rainbow colors were, you know, pretty cute with the little mice. And it does soak up into this paper pretty quickly because this is not watercolor paper. So that's why I said with this little piece right here, it wasn't that big of a deal, because, you know, we're going to take that sparkle and just kind of blend it in there. So what are some of you guys' favorite cards to make? Whether the Slimline, the fun folds, the interactive, just the simple, you know, one layer card. Right now I'm really into the Slimline cards. I really enjoy making them. I made one for my husband and he thought it was the cutest thing. And of course it was with, you know, with the mice, because I just love these little guys. Lawn Fun does a great job at their little critters. Alright, so down to the very last one, and I'm going to pretty much fill this in just because it's pretty stark down here. And like I said, you don't have to, you could be super quick, you could be messy with it, it's not going to damage anything. Alright, so on my first card, what I did was I used foam tape, double-sided foam tape to tape, you know, to adhere these guys down. And I think I'm going to do that again. Let's see, let's take a look at this guy again. So yeah, this is double-sided foam tape. And I did add a little bit of the Nouveau Drop. Where's he at? Oh, this is the Crystal Drops in Oyster Gray. Just to the center of these little dandelions. And then I did add some little wispies flying away. So let's do that. Let me grab my double-sided tape. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up my space just a little bit and pulled out my sentiment. So the sentiment's going to be, I couldn't have wished for a better friend. And I'm going to stamp that out using VersaFine Black Onyx ink and hope that I get it right this time. Because I did use my Misty to do my sentiment before, and I usually do, but I wanted to give it a try with just using my stamp pad. So we're going to put it about right here. Hold it down there for a second. Oh, that's a little crooked, but that's okay. Luckily, the recipient will know that, you know, it was handmade. So now I'm going to take some of my other little dandelions and I'm going to go ahead and adhere them on. I wanted to get my sentiment on before I did that, just because I wanted to know where to put them. And I just had these, you know, 2 little ones left. So yeah, don't forget to check the description box. I will have all of the rules down below. And thank you guys so much for all of the support that you've given me. It truly is appreciated. And be sure to check out Jamie's shop at Not Too Shabby. I mean, I am waiting on 2 orders right now, and I placed them on the 9th and the 10th, and they'll be here the 13th and the 14th. So I could not have asked for better shipping right now. And I know shipping is slower for some of these other companies too, just because, you know, with this in place, you know, most are on the stay-at-home order, so, or shelter-in-place, I should say. So yeah, there you have it. There's my card for today, and thanks again for all the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.